every game was different. We were losing a lot of different ways. We lost one here at home where I definitely think we got outplayed and to Rochester.
And that gave us our final score. The Rochester Rhinos 3, the NSC Minnesota Stars 0.
I would like to have my red card back, the one against Austin. I was the last man foul. I missed a game in Montreal, and Montreal's always been a place I've wanted to go. So for me personally, not to be able to see Montreal as a city and play in that stadium that they have in front of their fans was very disappointing.
That was a wake-up call about where we really were at and where we needed to go as a team. Then, a couple games later, we went to Montreal, and I thought we played one of our better games and deserved to win. And we ended up not only not tying, but losing the game.
But Joe Warren would use all of his 6'5" frame to knock away an Eddie Johnson attempt from the spot. That's 3 penalty kicks faced and 3 saves for Warren this season.
That was fun on a personal level. Those games I don't think they turned out the way we wanted them to, but so personally that was good.
One of the things throughout the losing streak that I tried to emphasize is that there's been a lot of good soccer within that losing streak. We have to figure out how to get better so that we can turn the losses into ties and the ties into wins.
The fans at the National Sports Center thought the game was headed to a draw, but Neil Hlavaty had a different idea. With just 2 minutes remaining in regulation, Hlavaty was able to squeak a back heel past goalkeeper Alex Dufty and give the Stars a 3-2 lead.
And I remember just everybody running over and celebrating in the corner, and I think it was something that the fans then ran around the entire field with the number 3 to go put up on the scoreboard, and I think that was a really fun time. Celebrating that goal at home was kind of a big goal in the middle of the season for us.
We just had played Tampa in a tough loss. They'd scored 3 goals in the first 20 minutes, came back the rest 60 minutes and played well, which was important because we could take some positive from that game. We had to turn around and fly back and to play at home 2 days later against the rested St. Louis team. It was one of those games where I think the guys realized, we're a lot better than our record.
The Stars did put on some heavy pressure in the second half stoppage time, but it was too little, too late, as the Portland Timbers hold on to defeat the NSC Minnesota Stars 2-0. The final score reads Crystal Palace Baltimore 1, NSC Minnesota Stars 0. But at 90 minutes, the scoreboard shows the Stars held on to earn their 7th win of the season by a score of 1-0 over the Tampa Bay Rowdies. The Stars continued their attack after the goal, and 4 minutes of stoppage time was added to the second half, and that's all the Stars' Jason Moran needed to slot the ball past Alec Dufty for the tying goal. A short time later, the final whistle blew, and we would have our final score of 2-2.
For me, that was the best moment. Everybody thought like it was over, and then I had opportunity to score. The game was almost over, so this was a good thing.
And I think it was a great statement game for our fans to say, hey, we're going to put on some exciting, attractive soccer if you guys come out and watch.
At the final whistle, the scoreboard read 1-1. The tie moves the Islanders to 5-7-5 and the Stars to 7-9-4 on the season.
A lot of those ties, it was a little bit tough because I think we were playing better than the result. At the same time, some of those were nice road ties where in tough environments where you're really trying to get something out of the game. So, it was unique. I don't think it happens often. You'll tie 5 games in a row.
Well, they fell a little bit short tonight as they logged their first loss since July 4th. Vancouver was able to extend their streak of road games without a loss to 9, and once again the Stars fall to the Vancouver Whitecaps by a final score of 1-0.
Come at him, Joe.
DK around one, taken down, and a penalty kick. And the referee shows the red card to goalkeeper Joe Warren. With a red card shown to goalkeeper Joe Warren, Matt Van Olkel would have to face a penalty kick by the Timbers' Ryan Poor. And he slots away his 13th goal of the season. Unfortunately, the Stars couldn't get the equalizer, and the final score would be 1-0 in favor of the Portland Timbers.
You can't just ignore the fact that we tied a lot of games and lost 2 in a row at home. And then you kind of have to look at our home record and really do have to ask some honest questions. Why aren't we performing better at home? situations when we're playing pretty well. So, you know, we had to ask ourselves some hard questions, the team did, and we had to make sure that we tried to refocus the things that we did really well, and then we had to pay a lot more attention to things that we weren't doing so well. And you know, again, that's a part of a team, that's part of a season.
You know, every season has ups and downs. We started all right, and then hit a dry spell for a while, and then kind of found our groove for a while. Just going forward, you know, unfortunately we had some injuries that set us back, but once the team got healthy, I think we were on a run. We were one of the better teams in the league the second half of the season.
We had a string of bad games throughout the middle of the season, but all teams go through that. And you know, ours just happened to be, you know, right in the middle. And then at the end, we won our 4 or 5 in a row, and that put us into the playoffs.